This is one of those videos that I struggle with doing because, well, I know the Trump administration wouldn't like it, not that they'd ever see it, okay? I mean, it's like their way or the highway kind of thing. I'm saying that it wouldn't matter if it's them or anybody. It's all just man's way. See, and looking over the history, like, yes, America came, the Puritans and all of them came here with the envision that we were the city on the hill. But we can't be the city on the hill when we have people that just want to idolize America without recognizing that God never wanted America itself to become the idol. Okay? Yeah, I know. I know all of you evangelicals and all of you White House people and all of you government people think you know best. You don't. I know. But like, how could I say this? Like, how would I know? Yeah, well, I don't know. I'm just telling you. Because I've had a transformed heart and mind, and most of you have not. You haven't. Because it's not been taught right to anybody. And the only reason I know it, again, is because of, well, being a total failure and ending up in AA. And, the 12 steps were inspired by the Bible. So that was the true way to God. I'm not trying to say every church has to do that. I'm just saying there's a reason there's healing that goes on there and doesn't seem to go on anywhere else very much. So maybe take a lesson from it. That maybe I know what I'm talking about. Because here's the thing. In paradise, in Eden, they were, the reason they were thrown out of Eden is because God did not want them to, after they sinned, to be able to then take from the tree of life. Because the tree of life was, prior to the sin, they would have lived forever. So they were casted out in their physical body, spiritually dead, which is why, God love him, God love God. That he's been so patient trying to constantly move the people forward. And I understand the desire to have pride in your nation, okay? But, there's expectations God has of us. We don't need to get into some, I would be more than happy to explain this in a more thorough way to any of the people in the White House that don't understand it or anybody in the government. However, I doubt they would want to hear because, the wealthy know everything. They think they do. So the problem is that, America was... in order to have truly the kingdom of God back, this is why the government will never hear. You can't create it by imprinting what you think it should look like. Okay? This was not the way to go. Okay? This was people being influenced by ego and pride and that, see, the thing is that none of you understand. And recovering alcoholics, we are made to understand the ego better than any psychologist, better than anybody on this planet, because we constantly have to be on guard for it. We learned about it from the beginning. All of this is ego. Caesar had ego too. So little by little, America has fallen off. Then you put Charlie Kirk out there, who was, again, given a platform under the world that still the adversary one is running things. So he's given a big platform, and you guys all run with that's what the image looks like. No, and it absolutely was not. Neither is Turning Point, neither is the left. This is what people need to understand. It's not just about, hey, I'm a Christian, I go to church, I'm going to get baptized, and then that's it. If that's where it ends, then that's how you get foolishness. That's how you get that's how you get man idolizing man, and you get a capital with nothing but statues of idols everywhere. No humbleness. Nobody having any humbleness. So the alcoholic truly understands, because we're so defeated. And then because we rely on God every day, we depend on him. God, to the recovering alcoholic, he's like our life support. That's how much we depend on him. So naturally, we know his voice. You, the problem, and I'm not trying to judge, but the problem is none of you have transformed hearts and minds. Most Christians don't. This is what Adam and Eve were like when they were casted out of the garden, because they were spiritually dead. Every baby, we fight for life, right? Yeah, but again, I've always argued that life didn't begin until God blows the breath into it. That's a big deal to God. But you have all these people praying outside abortion clinics because the right takes on this identity that, oh, we have to care for the unborn. I think God wanted you to care more for the ones that are born, because if they're not saved, they won't be with him. So when all you do is care about the unborn, which is not your area, that's God's area because he hasn't blown the breath of life into it, then you're showing you don't know him. And this is what you still are while you call yourself a Christian. I'm sorry if people don't like it. I do God's will. Okay, take it up with him. But I don't think many of you seek him, right? You just say, I'm going to keep my one foot in the kingdom of what I've made because look at the grandness I've created. Yeah, okay. So the great grandness that can be, outdo all of you wealthy people, whether you're in office or not, is God's kingdom. And so for the little people out here, that's the kingdom we want. We are sick of your kingdom. Seriously. You don't put the poor first. You don't represent God in any way. You all sit there in Washington, D.C., argue, get nothing done except something that'll end up doing nothing for the people that need help the most, okay? So here's the thing. If you're going to have a government that's instituted and decide we don't want God to be the king, go ahead and play your games there in Washington all you want about, well, God instituted us, right? But then you never, any of you, even at the state levels, put the most vulnerable first. You do not. None of you to this day do. Talk. Because you're not going to be able to. Because you don't surrender to God. See, it's not enough just to believe in God. If he has, it's all over the Bible, to transform the heart and mind. You're not going to have that done the moment you get baptized. It's a continual seeking, because the heart of stone came as a result of the sin. And Jesus came to bring that unity back, at least that step back where you can receive God's Spirit back in here. And you want to do that, because running around saying you're a Christian while you still have a hardened heart and a darkened mind isn't saying much of what kind of Christian you are. Yet look at Charlie Kirk. Look at Turning Point. Look at Mark Driscoll. All the stupid Christian nationalists, all the government pretty much. Not getting it. I'm sorry, I'm not sorry. I'm not. Sometimes maybe some of you people that think you know it all should take a lesson from people that you look down on, okay? Because maybe, just maybe, they're giving you some words of wisdom while you promote the Nick Fuentes's and the Charlie Kirks, who didn't have his heart and mind transformed. And for anybody that doubts that I know what I'm talking about, it's because my heart has been transformed and my mind, which makes it absolutely, I hate this world. That's what ends up happening. You hate it. Which is why God said, don't love the world. It's not my kingdom. But what does every country in the world want to do? Pride itself, even though it has all these problems, yet doesn't humble itself enough to see that it's you can claim that you know God and that you believe in God, but unless your heart has been changed, and you'll know it's been changed, because there'll be actual change, then you are nothing more than a poser. God didn't want us to love this kingdom because it's man's kingdom, and that's what Charlie Kirk was all about, which is why all of you people in government supported him. You wanted to keep man's kingdom going. Well, God will let you know one day that your grandness doesn't even come close to his. And the only way you'll know that is if you have him in here and this heart and mind.